Hi, my name is Chris Record, Director Sales and Marketing, TTech Limited. Today is second day of the Jamaica Computer Society BizTech Forum. We are starting off the day with a Chairman's Forum called Communicating Effectively with Non-IT Executives. That session will be chaired by our CEO, Teddy Alexander, and we'll have 4 panelists. The CIO of Grace Kennedy Limited, Mr. Simon Roberts, the CEO of CAC 2000, Steve Marston, and the Managing Director of Federated Pharmaceuticals, Ms. Yvette Johnson, and the COO, Jan Polak of CPJ Limited. It will be a very interesting session because lots and lots of conversation surrounds how IT and non-IT executives communicate in boardroom. After that session in Caucus Room 3, the TTech room, John Gibson will be speaking on taking a risk-based approach to IT security. John is TTech's Senior IT Officer, and cybersecurity is one of the topics very heavily spoken about at this conference this week.
I am Douglas Williamson, member of the JCS and the Council. I'd really like to, on behalf of the Council and our President, welcome you all here to Day 3 of the 2017 BizTech Forum and Showcase. As I've been starting the sessions for the 2 days that have gone, I'm just reminding you all that are here. If you're not a registered JCS member, remember this is our profession, this is our society, so please join up and support the society. This morning we are going to head straight into our sessions as we have on our agenda. We have our Chairman's Forum, Communicating Effectively with Non-IT Executives, and we have a very distinguished panel here to guide us through the events this morning. And our moderator will be Dr. Wade Marr, who is the president of a key partner to the Jamaica Computer Society, that will be Vector Technology Institute. I'm going to ask him to come up, but first I'm going to ask him to give him a suitable welcome to kick things off this morning. So please welcome Dr. Wade Marr.
And welcome everyone. I know it was really a task coming down in your boat this morning. I know I had a bit of a challenge. But again, you're here, and we have a distinguished panel, and of course, your moderator is even well distinguished as well. Right, Terry? You're the moderator. Trying to delegate. Well, you know, the forum, of course, today's forum, communicating effectively with non-IT executives in the boardroom. I can tell you that one of the greatest compliments I've ever had during my time as a consultant was when one of my clients, of course, an executive, said to me, he said, "William, you're the first technical person I can understand." And that's very important. Very important. So, and I guess you don't need to hear any more from me. I'm sure Teddy will be taking you through the discussions. Just one point I just want to make is that I think we're a few minutes late, but we're still going to try and finish, well, close to on time or nearer to on time. And I may have 1 or 2 announcements to make at the end. So I just won't take any more time in terms of the introduction, and then I'll just pass it over to Teddy and the forum. He will do all the necessary introductions.
Today's topic is a very, very important one, and I think with the group of panelists that we have here, I'm pretty sure that you are going to get a lot out of this session. But I think I can indicate now that I think we will be making efforts to have, or we will be recording the session, so even for those who haven't made it, I think it will be available on YouTube afterwards. Our panelists today are myself, I'm CEO of TTech Limited, and I have with us Simon Roberts, who is the CIO of Grace Kennedy. Steve Marston, unfortunately, won't be able to make it. He's stuck in Florida, unable to get a flight back into Jamaica. But I do have a video recording of his presentation, We have John Polak, who is the Chief Financial Officer of Caribbean Producers, Yvette Johnson, also General Manager of Federated Pharmaceutical, subsidiary of the Caribbean Group. The panelists today come all with different perspectives, different backgrounds, and I'm sure what you'll get is a very rich tapestry as to what are different aspects of this particular topic, communications with non-IT executives. Before I ask Simon, who will be our first speaker, to give his presentation, I'd just like to put up this, what we see as a challenge. You can read it probably faster than I can say it, but suffice to say, IT has become a very, very important part of every organization today. It is critical. I don't think you can go to any organization that is trying to survive in the 21st century and you don't hear executives talking about the importance of IT. New words have come into the lexicon, digitalization, digital transformation, and so on. And IT projects are no longer regarded as technology projects. IT projects, in truth, are business projects. And in many cases, the success and the future and the longevity of today's organizations is going to depend on their ability to harness IT. So what we have to do as IT professionals is know how to communicate to those who are not as comfortable or knowledgeable on IT as we are, so that they can understand the importance of what it is we are thinking needs to be done. But our panelists are going to give us their perspectives on it. Each will come with a different perspective, and as I said, I also have a video of Steve's presentation that I'll be playing. All right, so first up is going to be Simon. Simon is the Chief Information Officer for Grace Kennedy. Wealth of experience, manufacturing, and he has had a tremendous impact, from my perspective, on how IT is being managed in Grace Kennedy.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm glad that you're here. I know that the rain certainly causes challenges getting us here, so good to see you. I want to start off by providing a perspective that I've certainly come to feel being in the boardroom and being in the executive and not being in the executive. It's the language of business is predominantly profit and loss, financials, and so on. And of course, customer performance and customer experience. Okay? Those two go hand in hand. There's a funny thing. If the financial numbers are going well, you're making lots of profit, you're exceeding your budget, everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. And there's no questions, there's no deep dive into what's driving the business performance because it's doing so well. Occasionally you'll get somebody saying, hey, why is it we did so well? But there's not a lot of deep diving going on. However, if the numbers aren't where you expect them to be, frankly, all hell breaks loose. And what you're looking for is, why is it the customers aren't experiencing satisfactory performance and service? And it just keeps diving deeper and deeper in as to how are you planning to fix the issues, what went wrong, and so on. But given that the vast majority of businesses are actually using IT to track and report financials, as well as supporting processes for customer service delivery and infrastructure, IT actually plays a very fundamental but foundational role within the run the business aspects of a company. So I just want to pose a question, a rhetorical question to all of us. This morning you got up, you in theory went to the shower. Okay, we all went to the shower this morning. And we turned on the light, we turned on the water, picked up the soap, did what we had to do. Did any of us, after having that wonderful experience, send a letter or an email to JPS to say, thank you so much for having the lights work this morning? Or a note to the head of NWC to say, boy, God bless you, you made the water run in my pipes this morning. We just won't do that. And frankly, that's an analogy. That's an analogy for us in IT who are running the business. You won't hear me talking about servers or infrastructure or anything else like that this morning, because that, to a business person, frankly, is irrelevant. It just must work so that they can deliver their revenues and their profits. And when we cause problems in terms of delivering those revenues and profits, then we start to feel the heat. So if your IT system goes down, or you can't close the books because some process ran over time, or the network goes down because of cable and wireless or Digicel or whomever not doing something that they were supposed to do, then we get the blame. Get used to it, folks. That will never change. That's run the business. And the only way to report on running the business is KPIs. Are we hitting our cost as a percent of revenue? Are we hitting our SLAs? Are we delivering on time and on budget any sort of updated projects that we would have? That's what the board, the management, the executive, the SBU leads want to hear. They really don't care about anything else. So that's the bad news. The good news is that we all know in this room that the future lies with everything digital, everything IT. There is no role more scarce. There's an old expression as being as scarce as hen's teeth. Have you ever seen a hen with a tooth, right? Think about it, right? As scarce as hen's teeth. As scarce as hen's teeth are data scientists. Sheldon and myself and a few others were at a conference overseas a couple of weeks ago. And this guy did some very highfalutin math, and he came down to a conclusion that there was 1,400 data scientists in the world. Not in Jamaica, not in the Caribbean, in the world. Therefore, if you have any curiosity around data and diving into data and figuring out weak patterns and so on, it's probably a good career opportunity. I must caution, however, that AI, such as Deep Blue and all the other guys, have already started to figure out how to look at weak signals in data and could actually make obsolete data scientists as we currently know them. So, FYI. So, we have a second phase, which is projects that are there to design to grow the business, transform the business, get into new business lines, get into new business territories, and so on. Those are the areas that IT can play a very vital role, and where IT and the business unit partners are in harmony, or ought to be in harmony with each other, in terms of the discussion about prioritizations, where to spend the money, what are we going to go after, which customer base, and so on. We then have to translate that back to our teams to say, okay, business wants to go into Ghana. Okay, that means we need to set up an infrastructure in Ghana. That means we need to have some sort of IT deployment and security in Ghana, as a for example. So we have to translate the business needs back through and start talking tech, so that the tech teams can galvanize towards that goal. And then we need to deliver each of those projects on time, on budget, and with all of the business benefits that have been identified being realized. Then the business will start to look at us and say, you know, you're actually delivering value to the company. So remember, you didn't send that letter to NWC or JPS this morning. Your boss, your CEO, is never going to stop you in the corridor and say, thank you so much for that security protection that you have on my laptop this morning. It's not going to happen. But they will thank you and they will appreciate your presence in the room when you start to deliver on projects that they have identified or you have both jointly identified that can deliver real business value, as in improved profits, improved revenues, new market spaces, new product lines. That's where the game changes. And so that's it from me, and I'll hand it back to Teddy. Thank you very much.
My name is Steve Marston. I'm the chairman and CEO of CAC 2000 Limited, a company listed on the junior market of the stock exchange. We employ about 50 people, revenues of $1.2 billion, and I am with you in spirit today. I was asked to talk to you about the importance of IT to our organization such as ours and what we need from you as professionals. We started out like any other small company with PCs, manual software, pieces of little accounting software, you know, but we went and started buying service software. We upgraded our network, much more expensive servers. We then had to get into security, disaster recovery, more complex software. Right now we're putting in CRM using cloud-based software. And one of the challenges that we have with IT has always been the pressure that is put on us as managers to handle IT issues. This computer is down, this software is not working, this needs to be updated. And so we got IT capability on the board when we were going public, and we have outsourced a tremendous amount of our IT services to a professional firm, and we are getting most of what we need. Unfortunately, with this, of course, IT has now become one of our largest expense items, is number 5, and accounts for 5% of our revenues. So it's pretty hefty, but I guess that's the price for technology. So what do we need that we don't really get? There are 3 areas that we need help with. The first one is specialist software. 10-15 years ago, our competition was local companies. Today, our competition is international companies, whether from Spain, Mexico, China now. And what is happening is we are having to compete with these people. We're having to be extremely cost efficient, extremely fast, extremely flexible in making changes. And so we are looking at specialist software such as estimation software. And we're putting in the CRM. How do we integrate and grow that to enterprise software? How do we get more cloud-based software? When we're working on job sites, for example, we can have AutoCAD, but we need AutoCAD on mobile devices. Okay, we need mobile management for service so we can get away from tickets. An example I was sharing was one of expert systems, where we can have an expert resident either in the office or anywhere overseas and have our technicians working on units with, say, Google Glass or VR, whichever one of them, and basically have the expert available to guide them so that we can do it the first time, get it right the first time. So that's the first area, software, specialist software development. The second is Internet of Things. You IT professionals are very good at remote management. In air conditioning, there's potential for that also, where we can measure the health of an air conditioning system, and we can basically respond when we need to respond. So we're moving to this thing, it's a whole new realm that's brought about by IT called anticipative maintenance. We're looking for the capability. I have actually been on Upwork. I'm about to engage somebody in South Africa to do this. So if anybody here has the capability of putting something together very, very quickly, very inexpensively with our website, please get in touch with us. The third area is where we need brain power and experience. As an entrepreneur, I have a dream. I know what I want to do. I see technology. I want it. And I want it because I want to make our operating efficiency better. I want to make our customer experience better. And so what I need is for somebody to help us, my team, put together pieces of all these things that we have. We have a CRM system, we have a PBX system, we have cell system, we have emails, we have specialist software. How do I collect data? How do I bring my whole system to be customer centric so that if you call, then AI determines where you should go to, who will deal with you. We get the history, we understand the problems, and we get a differentiation, right? As a strategy differentiation over anybody else in the business. So in summary, that's what I need. I need first world IT expertise to make us into a first world competitive company. Thank you.
I've been very fortunate that over the years I've had a lot of, let's say, interaction with IT, because as the financial controller, the systems administrator used to report to me, and now even in my capacity as CFO, the IT team reports to me, because primarily IT is all about, managing the ERP, making sure the accounting system works, POS system works, that's backed up. All those day-to-day things that we take for granted. In a business, IT is like the blood of the body. It touches everything that we do. And we are so dependent on it now, we need it to work automatically. So to speak to the point that Simon just raised, JPS and NWC are requirements. Well, now Wi-Fi is a requirement. Without my access to Facebook, how will I know what event I had for breakfast? That's just an example. But the truth is, this is part and parcel of what we have to, the reality of where we live now. IT sometimes get a bad rap. When things are good and things work well, no one talks about IT. Oh, the system did great. Oh, I was able to run my report. Those sort of, let's say, pats on the back don't occur. You see, if I can't access that report, it takes me 2 minutes when it should normally take me 30 seconds. Something's wrong. What's wrong with IT is all you hear. The negative. So IT is really an offensive, defensive game. You've got to be able to defend and maintain your operations. You've got to have it working like clockwork. Don't have a dropped internet. Make sure you can access your system. Make sure the users are properly, have the security protocols in place. Those are the things that is the day-to-day running that keeps the business working and feeling good. And it goes a far way to giving a lot of confidence in the business owners to the IT department. The next thing is IT is definitely the offense. It adds and can transform your company. Our company went from a $35 million company to an $85 million US company because we started to move the boxes more efficiently and effectively with a warehouse management system. Without it, we could not have done it because we needed the systems that the IT team developed in-house, and I give them kudos. My IT manager's in here somewhere, so it transforms the company. But what happens is you don't maintain it. If you're not moving with the times, moving with the technology, you'll get lost. And it's important that business owners, business managers realize that what they need to go to IT to tell them, not IT always coming to them saying, you can do this, you can do that. We have to take ownership of what we need and how we want to develop the business. I look at it from the perspective, I sit on the board and I have to ask, they say, well, do you have this, do you have that? What Simon spoke about KPIs. Yes, that's what the board looks at. They look at how effective is your IT, are you meeting your KPIs, are you within your cost? The truth is if you have a disaster, the board doesn't care what money you spend because they want to know that the business is going to be up and running in less than 5 minutes. I had a conversation with my chairman about 2 years ago when we were going through our disaster recovery business interruption. He said it would be okay if the business was down for a day and a half. I said, what? I said, okay, you mean on a Sunday? Because that's the only time the business could be down for a day and a half, on a Sunday. But on a Tuesday, it can only be down for 2 or 3 hours, maximum. And even then, you don't even really want it to go down ever. You need that 24/7 redundancy, that it's always up and running. Because you can't go back to manual. You can't go back to, which is the days I come from, by the way. I mean, I remember when you used to have to do it manually. You used to get the ticket and check the box and put it on the truck. You can't do that now. It's impossible. You are reliant on your systems to drive the business, to drive your team, to move where they need to move, to get what they need to get, to find the stock, to move the stock. It's not possible. So, if you want the board to recognize IT, then IT has to recognize its responsibility to the board and to the employees and teams that they work with. They can be seen very positively if they maintain the status quo, and when they come with the innovation, really make sure that the business owner understands what they're getting and make them part of the process. Because what will happen is IT, they're like magic. I mean, you say, I need the thing to be this way, and they go, oh, we can do that, and they do it. And then halfway in the middle you go, you know, I like it, but I want it in wood, and they go, oh, we can do that. And you can get caught up in this unending cycle of development in IT projects. This is not where you want to be. You want to get to a point where you have an end goal, you achieve the end goal, you say, this is what I've done, I've built this. And now we're going to change the color to red. And everybody goes, oh, that's cool. I like that. They feel that there's something happening, that there's movement forward. And it's not like, oh, why can't we get this? When are we going to get this? These are questions that IT has to be able to defend and set expectation to the business to say, yes, we can do it, but we can do it within this time frame, and we'll do it within budget. And we're going to train you. I'm going to make sure that you are going to manage the process. You're going to be part of it, not we're just going to give you something and you have to use it. So within the board context, if the board knows that IT is supporting the business and is stable and reliable, it'll go a long way towards helping them give IT the resources that they need to be offensive, meaning to go out there and to find the things that will transform the business, to help it grow, to develop, to make it more efficient, to make it operate better. And that's basically it in a nutshell. Thank you.
I know it's a rainy morning, but you don't really look happy to see me, but I'll pretend. It's really a pleasure for me to be here. As Teddy said, I have kind of sort of transitioned out of IT, but I don't think you ever can really transition, and so my heart is here. The IT fraternity is a very small, intimate one, and so many of us know each other around the country. And so there are people in here that I've worked for, like Teddy. There are people in here who have worked with me, who will remain nameless. And so I can't really tell any lies up here. So Teddy asked me to give my perspective. As you have seen from the panel, we all come to it from a slightly different position. And so in a nutshell, since I've been asked to give a testimony, many of you know that I'm a church person. So giving testimonies is right in my kind of comfort zone. And so my little thing that I bought on the tablet has disappeared, but no problem. The fact is that my background is purely technical. My initial training was in electrical engineering and computing. So that was my first degree, electrical and computer engineering. And I started my professional life in an aluminum refinery, Jamalco. So I spent approximately 8 years as an engineer, transitioned to a senior engineer. But while I was there, I veered towards the IT part of my portfolio. So all of us who did electrical engineering were trained in the broad aspects, power, electronics, etc. But at Jamalco, I had the opportunity to identify a niche. It was just when local area networking was taking off in Jamaica. So you can see that I'm a little old lady, because that's decades ago. And so I had the privilege of putting in the first local area network for Alcoa in Jamaica. I did leave Jamalco after 8 years. And intermingled in my story, you will find aspects of technology meeting business, but you'll also find aspects of family meeting business, because as a female technology professional, I have had to make different choices. And so I left my first job for family reasons. I could no longer commute because of my husband's job and a young family, and I took the decision to resign from Jamalco. And I spent the next 5 years consulting. The good thing about building a reputation, however, is that I was able to be re-employed as a contractor with my former organization, and many of us have that experience. that having done a good job in one place, if you do need to branch off on your own, for whatever reason, it would be a good idea to be able to benefit from that relationship going forward. And so that was my experience, that I spent 5 years while my family was very young, consulting with a range of companies. And as I said to one of my friends on the platform this morning, that IT brings you into the room because it's still a scarce skill. It has been a scarce skill over time and continues so to be, and so it brings you into the room. And so many of the consulting jobs that I took on was because I was coming in as an IT professional, but I was able to parlay that initial invitation into looking at the business holistically and offer management consulting at the same time. And as some of the speakers have said, IT persons are particularly well positioned to offer management consulting on top of technical consulting because of how interweaved our work is with the operations of the business. And so I was able to do management consulting along with technical consulting in that first stint. Came back into the corporate world in 2000 and joined the Urban Development Corporation as IT manager there. One of the features of my work with the UDC was actually work with a cross-functional team, and it's one of the recommendations that I make often, although Teddy has asked me to hold on to my recommendations. But it was signal in my career that I got involved with or moved towards standardization as an organization. ISO 9001 certification at the UDC required a multifunctional team, and I volunteered and got involved in that. And it's something that I highly recommend because it so widens your knowledge of the business when you are working in areas that are not necessarily your strength. And so spent 5 years at the UDC and went on to work with and for Teddy at Grace Kennedy, initially as IT manager in the corporate office for Grace Kennedy, and then later after restructuring, moved on to Hardware Number, one of the Grace subsidiaries, as CIO. And that was probably my most meaningful time being part of the C-level executive at Hardware Number, because for the first time I was reporting directly to the CEO, as opposed to all the other instances where you may be a level below. Again, very, very useful experience to make your mark and be respected in that boardroom, not because of your IT skills, but because of your understanding of the business. And I can't stress that enough, that it is your understanding and relating to the business in a meaningful way that is going to keep you in the boardroom. The IT skills gets you into the room for an initial conversation. You will only be invited back and invited to stay if people see you as an equal in business. And so, having left Grace Kennedy, I went into another state of consulting, and the cycle continued. By then, I had a few years of experience under my belt, and did the same mix of technical and management consulting. And my last consulting engagement was with the Pyramid group, where we were helping them to transition from a purely manual distribution system to a fully automated warehouse management system. And that was what I was brought in to do. Eventually end up staying on with them as operations manager, which is not really difficult to understand because of the fact that the warehouse management system was so integral to how we did our business, that when they were looking for somebody to head a newly formed operations division, I was asked to do that. And I later got IT brought back under the umbrella, and so transitioned from being operations manager to head of operations and IT, which is why I'm saying that your IT skills will always be with you and will always be respected, because our IT manager retired, and I was asked to give some leadership in that area. And lastly, my last stop is, as Teddy indicated, General Manager at Federated Pharmaceuticals, which is a manufacturing facility for OTC and ethical drugs in Jamaica. It is not because I have any experience in leading a manufacturing entity or in pharmaceutical manufacturing. But your credibility and reputation for just understanding a business, learning very quickly. As technical people, we do see the linkages very quickly and learn very quickly, and so that's a skill that I think all of us in this group have and bring to the table. So that's my little testimony. I think that's where Teddy wanted me to stop. Thank you, everyone.
We have about 10 minutes left, so I don't know if there are any questions from the floor. I think you press the button in front of the mic. You should turn it on. All right, go ahead.
Hello? Okay. Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Lacey Holmes, the country representative from Microsoft. And I just want to say that I'm really proud to see Jamaicans in leadership that understand IT. It's very important. So my question is, how do you communicate with the rest of the board and the leadership? As I go across the world, I find that persons in leadership with non-IT backgrounds understand IT. So how do you communicate to the ones who don't, as it's important for them to understand it?
Okay, anyone want to volunteer to take that one? Or do let me volunteer, Yvette. Yvette had a few comments with respect to that, so maybe you can expand a little bit more on that.
Okay, you hearing me? The question was, how do we get non-technical executives to understand the importance of IT? Fact of the matter, I've always put the onus on us as technical people, to be very honest. I believe that the onus is on us to make it so compelling that, first of all, it doesn't have to be, we don't have to get caught up with the jargon and the weeds. But the impact is easy for them to understand. They may not understand what makes it work, but they don't need to understand what makes it work. But I think IT people need to defend the impact and importance and significance of what we do, and nobody can do it better than we can. However, many of us lack the communication skills to get that across, and so we fall back on our technical language because that's our comfort zone, and we lose the executives. So I don't know that executives don't want to understand IT as much as IT people don't necessarily break it down at the level that would cause them to be first interested and second to understand. That's just my perspective.
Okay, let me ask it differently, because it wasn't for the fact that as a business strategist, you have to communicate to all language types, lawyers, salespersons, marketing, operations. It was really to get persons who choose not to understand IT. Because Simon gave the example of water and light. I still have to understand water consumption, light consumption. I'm not an electrician, but I still need to have an appreciation of it. How do you get them to understand that even for themselves, to make decisions, they still need to know the basics?
Let me ask Simon to take that second part. By the way, before Simon responds, please hold up your hand if you have a question, because we have about 10 minutes. I just want to know how to budget the time remaining. Simon.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Lisa. I think in the question is the answer, frankly. I think that by providing persons with real-world examples that are meaningful to them in their walk. So if you have an accounting person who really doesn't care anything about IT, but you can demonstrate to them how they can improve their processes or do it more efficiently, or they can go home before 2 o'clock in the morning at the end of a month because we would deploy this new technology. Again, they don't need to know how the technology works. They're certainly going to want to know how much it costs, but they want to know that it works and that it delivers what the expected benefits are. So it's making sure as IT professionals that we speak the language of the business. It is stupid of us to ever think that business people are going to bother to learn our language. It's just not going to happen. They're chasing profits, they're chasing customer service, they're chasing improved efficiencies. That's the language they understand. Find analogies that make it real for them in their space. then I think you'll get a